It's the Ali Mac and Co podcast. Ali Mac and Co podcast.
It's the Ali Mac and Co podcast. My name is Ali Mac. Hello. If you are listening on or watching on YouTube, please don't forget to hit the subscribe and like button for notifications for when we publish. And if you want to get in touch with us on our socials, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, it's at Ali Mac and Co. In the studio right now, broadcasting from a little room in Dubai. My mate Saj.
Hey everyone, how you doing?
We're sticking with this, everyone.
Yeah, I like it.
All right. Got Cindy, the producer, over there. And hello, Cindy.
Hello, everybody.
And Ben on the cameras. Thanks for coming in, Ben. Ben's helping us out. So the topic I want to talk about with you today, Saj.
I love it.
How are you, first of all?
I'm excellent. I'm really doing well. How are you?
Yeah, I'm really good. Thank you for asking. So the topic I want to discuss with you today is an argument we've had previously. And
over a few beers, no doubt.
Just you.
Yeah.
So do you know who David Lammy is?
David Lammy?
Yeah.
Rings a bell, but you're going to have to remind me. Come.
Okay, so David Lammy is a radio presenter on LBC in the UK.
Yeah.
And he got into a bit of a heated discussion with an old biddy on the phone.
Okay.
Where she turned around and said, you shouldn't be calling yourself English.
Oh, that's a bit harsh. Okay.
Do you think?
Well, tell me a little bit more about David Lammy.
So David Lammy's a black guy.
Okay.
You know, and he calls himself English. And she said, don't call yourself English.
What was her argument?
That he's of heritage, not English.
Okay.
And not that I've got anything personally against David Lammy, but like I don't call myself English either. And I know you do.
I do.
And I disagree.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's the end of that then.
So why don't we just start off with what makes you English?
Okay. First of all, being English, in my opinion, is a heritage.
Okay.
Okay.
But describe what you're talking about.
Like your heritage from back in the day. So my heritage is actually Indian.
Okay.
So if you are to ask me to say what I am in one word without double barreling it, I'm Indian.
Okay.
But otherwise, I would say I'm a British Indian or a British Asian.
Right.
But I'm not English.
Okay.
So how can you call yourself English?
Well,
what do you classify as being English?
Well, first of all, I was born in the country of England.
Yeah.
So that by birthright makes me English. And I think you're probably going down a bit more stereotypical sort of ways there by saying your heritage is English. In a few generations from now, my kids' heritage is going to be English. So it defeats your argument straight away.
How is their heritage going to be in English? Because English people are by heritage Anglo-Saxons who settled in the 5th century.
Okay.
Right? So by having 2 or 3 generations behind you settling in England does not change your heritage.
Well, of course it does.
No, it doesn't.
Well, you're using the heritage argument. I don't think that's a very valid argument.
We can go across many nationalities and many countries.
All right, hold on 1 second. Is John Barnes English?
No.
But why is he playing for England football team then? Or why did he play for the England football team?
Based on citizenship.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. So based on citizenship, do me a favor, just lift your mic a little bit.
Oh, I thought you told me not to touch the mic.
Yeah. Okay. Now I'm giving you permission.
Okay.
Well, if we're doing
I
that,
like when you give me
why don't
permission.
you move your Nike bottle as well?
What? Oh, we don't do endorsements.
We don't do endorsements just
Well,
yet.
we do endorsements. We're just not getting paid.
We're just waiting.
Yeah, we're waiting for Heineken
waiting for them.
Coca-Cola.
No. We don't do that either. We want good endorsements.
What's wrong with them?
People like maybe Masafi or Evian.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Water. Drink water.
Perfect. Thank you.
I didn't steal that from anyone. No, good for Cristiano Ronaldo. Good lad.
Yeah, he did. It was actually quite a bold statement he made there.
Yeah. Is that it? Is that out of camera? Ben, am I good?
We have the thumbs up from our guru, Ben.
Right. So that's citizenship.
No, fair enough. But you're using the argument of heritage makes you English.
Yeah.
I don't think that's the case.
But I think it is because...
Okay, why does that only apply to England?
It doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't, though. Here's a question for Cindy.
Sid, yeah?
Cindy, you're.
Did you?
Why haven't we got a camera on you, by the way?
Because
Okay, good chat. Anyway,
Funding issues, that's why probably.
No, we've got cameras. That's the thing.
Yeah, we could have fed it up. Yeah.
So, Cindy, I got a question for you, and Ben. Right? If you were born and raised in India, would you call yourself an Indian?
Absolutely.
Don't lie.
Yeah, but
Be honest with me.
No, I would. Born and raised in India.
Yeah.
So okay, question: how am I raised?
yeah, you'd be
Am
raised
I
Indian.
homeschooled and I'm like born and like?
No, you go to an Indian school,
Yeah.
but at home you're still having bangers and mash, and your mum and dad are still speaking English with you,
No, but
and you go home for the summer holidays to England.
Okay, so that's like a flip question, and that's like, for example, your daughter Noor,
Yeah.
raising her here in the UAE,
Yeah.
but she's in the school UAE. She will learn Arabic, I think, right? It's
Yeah,
part of
she
the
is, yeah.
curriculum.
So that's a good point because here we go. So I came across a guy, an English guy, who was born and raised here.
Yeah.
And when I asked him, "Oh, where are you from? Like, what are you?" He goes, "Oh, I'm English," but I was born and raised here. So he still classified himself, his heritage as English, but he was born and raised here.
Yeah, okay, but so you're still using the heritage argument. Like,
Yeah.
if we just go back to what you just said to Cindy a minute
Cindy,
ago.
would you actually?
said-
Would you call yourself? Would you call yourself Indian
hold
if
on
you
a
were
minute.
born and raised in India but went to an Indian school?
Let me just add a caveat to that. If he was born and raised in India, went to an Indian school, right, talked Indian.
Went to an international school in India.
I'm not saying international. I'm saying he went to an Indian school. He learnt the language.
Yeah.
Right. He did all the Indian gestures.
Culture.
Hold
Cultures.
on. What are Indian gestures?
I'm
Go
just
on.
saying, like,
Go
you
on.
know,
What are Indian gestures?
if he learnt the language, if he, you know,
I want to know
started,
what an Indian gesture
if he started
is.
to imitate like Indian culture,
What
and
is that?
Indian, well, I'm just saying, listen,
Like what?
Do it.
like the head shake, you know, the head no shake, like they do.
For the camera.
No, why do you always make me do that for the camera?
We'll switch to B-roll if you don't want to say it.
No, fine. If he drinks tea out of a saucer instead of a cup, you know, that's all
Oh,
Indian
really?
stuff. That's an Indian thing, yeah.
Yeah. Would you actually?
Yeah, I would think I'm Indian.
But if he did
Would
all
you
of
call
that,
yourself Indian? Would you?
Yeah.
yeah, of course.
British Indian.
Yeah, he's British Indian.
British Indian.
But it's okay. So you guys would class yourself as British Indian, and you
No, he doesn't. He classes himself as
Sorry.
English.
I class myself.
but
as
you
English.
do that because you classed the British first because you were born and raised, and then the Indian
I
part
wasn't
because of
born
your.
in. I wasn't born in England.
Okay, but yeah, because you're such a unique person, and then the Indian part being your heritage.
Yeah.
Whereas I would say I'm Indian British, born and raised in India, but I've got the British heritage.
Okay, but
Yeah.
also
So
let's
it's
just
the placement of
But
where
you
your
could
heritage
say-
is.
guys, let's just clarify one thing.
Yeah.
There is no country called Britain.
Great Britain.
No, there's no country called.
There's
Britain.
no-
It's called.
It's not. It's a
England.
union. It's a
Yeah.
union of countries.
Yeah.
right.
Called Great Britain.
So when I say to you, what country are you from? You can't say Great Britain.
you can actually.
No, you can
great-
say the United Kingdom.
You can say the United Kingdom, or you can say I'm from Great Britain.
Okay. When
Or
I
England.
say-
Because
if we
it's a nation of countries, right?
it's a nation of countries.
So I'm from that nation of countries. I'm from one of them. I'm
No.
not going to tell you which one, but I'm from there.
Exactly. So, but you're being, you know, really pedantic here.
No, I'm being factual.
No, you're not, because factually,
Yeah.
there is no country called Great Britain.
So you know on the
So
forms,
if I say to you, what country are you from?
Yeah.
What country are you from?
yeah,
You're actually, or what country were you born in?
then I'd have to clarify. I'd have to clarify. When you say what country I'm from, would you say, are you asking where I was born, or are you asking
Yeah, what
where
country are you
is
from?
home right now, or where I was
Well,
brought up?
what country are you from?
Right now, as in where I was brought up, was the UK, was the United Kingdom.
Okay, but again, I just told you that United Kingdom.
I was raised in London.
United Kingdom, you know, is you're very fortunate that you can use the United Kingdom as a get out of jail card here, because
Why?
Because I just explained to you, it's not a country.
You said Great Britain isn't a country.
Both of them are not countries. Great Britain and United Kingdom are names for the nation of collective group of nations.
Yeah.
Scotland, Ireland.
It's a region, right?
yeah, exactly.
But
So-
obviously Great Britain excludes Northern Ireland.
Northern Ireland. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. So if I was born in France, I can't say, oh, I'm European.
No, you can
You'd say I'm French.
no, but you wouldn't. You'd say I was born in France. I'm
French.
Asian. I'm a French Asian.
No, I'm French. People who are born in France generally go, yeah, I'm French. Algerian background, Algerian descent, or Moroccan descent, whatever.
Not at all,
But I'm
because
French. They speak French.
Our mate Hassan, Diana, she was born in France, but she'll always say I'm French Lebanese.
But she puts French.
So I
there.
put British Asian
But you're doing that as a get out of jail card because you don't want to call yourself English.
because I'm not English.
You are English.
Cindy, be honest with me. If you were born and raised in India, but you went home every 6 to 8 weeks, or you went home for your 6 to 8 weeks holidays to England and you spoke in a normal English accent,
This is a red herring that you put
would
in
you?
there.
No,
It is.
No, hold
Because
on,
you're
but
say-
let him answer.
No, why don't you just say, if you were born and raised in India and you stayed in India...
Would you call yourself an
Of
Indian?
course.
Yeah.
You
went to an Indian school.
Be honest with me.
You're
at
saying
your
that because you
face.
want to get a different answer out of me.
No.
But I genuinely think
If he
like,
wore
I would,
Indian,
I would
if he
say
wore
I'm
Indian
British,
clothes, if he
Indian
wore
British.
Indian clothes, if he did all the stuff that
Did the
Indians do,
culture.
if he
Okay.
got involved in the culture, which is what we're saying.
All right, like African Americans,
Yeah.
right? They put their heritage first, African and then American.
You're using heritage as an argument.
Yeah.
And I'm saying heritage is not an argument. Heritage is where your ancestors or your, where they've come from.
Yeah.
And I said to you, in a few years,
that's what I'm saying.
generations from now,
Yeah, but
And
so
if
if English, for me, English to be English,
you need to be white.
no, not necessarily.
So, go
but
on.
if there was a black Anglo-Saxon or a brown Anglo-Saxon,
Why do you keep saying
Like in-
Anglo-Saxon?
because
you're
they
going
were
back.
the original.
But we're talking about today.
settlers
All right,
of
but we're talking about
England.
today. All right, we're talking about today.
Yeah,
Right, so we're talking about today. People who are born in that country now have had maybe one or two generations born in the same country.
yeah.
They're now into English culture. They talk English. They do all the stuff that the English people do. Complain about the weather. Have cups of tea when people come round. Like all the traditional English, let's just say stereotypes.
Yeah.
What country would they be from?
Okay, here's a question for
England.
you. Okay, here's a question for you.
Here's a question for you: do you
Well,
support
because
England at football?
hold on,
Why
because
don't you
what people
support-
in other countries don't drink tea.
No, of course they drink tea, but I mean, tea is probably it's like I'm saying it's synonymous with English culture, like sarcasm, like
But
wit.
it's not synonymous with India.
No, of course it is as well.
Well, there you go then.
Yeah, but
so
so-
that's a moot point
No, it's not a moot point because
It's different types of tea.
with Indian culture,
because
you'd say
Chinese
the same-
people don't drink tea
they drink warm water,
with.
tea bag.
Stop me right now. You get
No milk though. However, no milk. That's the difference. And it's a small cup. as
So
well.
they don't drink a builder's tea, basically.
They don't have
Right.
milk.
Okay.
No two sugars either.
Here's a question, right? So let's talk about my daughter Noor.
No, because
No, let's
Noor
because
is a very-
Cindy brought it up.
yeah, I know, but like
So
Noor,
what's Noor?
Noor is a very let's just say
unique.
unique.
We live in Dubai. She's being raised in Dubai.
Yeah, I know, but it's a very unique example because she's come from parents who have a background in England, but their heritage from their parents' background is not. So there's always.
No. Finish. Don't just cut the sentence
No,
off.
I'm using your example.
Yeah.
Your heritage is not English. Where your parents come from is another. So
But she was born in England.
who?
Noor.
Okay,
So is she English?
I think she's English.
But she's being raised here.
Yeah, but she's been raised here, so she's not going to be. She's not going to be, let's say, brought up in English culture. She's going to be brought up in an international culture. She's already saying "mom," like so.
That's because of YouTube and Coco Melon TV.
fair enough, but like she is having an American influence on her, right? So it's a
Yeah, but
quite
we
of
live
a
in the Middle East.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. It's quite a bit
So-
of a bad
so-
example.
But we
I'm
have
not
to
just
take
saying-
it. So because it's a bad example,
Okay,
we
listen.
should just take her out of the
No,
equation.
I'm not saying like there's probably a criteria that you can have, in my opinion, to call yourself English or call yourself from a certain country. Yes, you have to be born there.
Okay,
right?
so she was born in
Fine.
Stevenage,
All right.
great hospital.
Probably have to go to school there as well.
Okay,
Okay,
but she goes to school here.
I know, but I'm just saying this is what I classify. Probably have to go to school there. Probably have to have English friends. Probably have to have like.
Some people, not many names, make it hard to have friends.
Okay,
Well, that's your own fault, mate.
probably have to know English people. Probably have to, have an association to the country in some sort. Have an affinity to the country.
Okay, let's take me for example.
Yep.
Let's take me for example.
You're
What am I-
another bad example.
Why?
don't
So
even
you
support
can't.
England, mate.
You can't just pick and choose.
But you just keep picking bad examples. You don't even
But
support
you can't
England.
pick and choose. So just because I don't fit into your example or your stereotype,
No, okay.
because I don't tick every single box,
All right, here
I'm
we go.
not English.
No, here you go. If
But I can't be British
Wait, hold
either
on a
because
minute.
that offends
I'll-
you.
I'll-
So what the hell am I?
I've got a better one for you. If you had to join the national forces, like the military of the country,
Why would I need to do
If
that?
you had to, I'm saying, listen,
Why?
World War III, mandatory army.
I'd take a stance like Cassius Clay did.
whatever.
Muhammad Ali.
Okay, fine.
I'd be like, nah.
Yeah, fine. But if you
I'm
had
not
to,
into killing other people.
Okay,
if you
but
had
in
to,
the-
if it was a defensive war, you had to join the military of the country you were born in. You would join the English army. There would be no other army you could
Only
join.
because communication would be easier.
No, because of your birth.
But I wasn't born there, you bellend.
Yeah, he's
I
African.
wasn't
He's-
born there.
He's African.
All right, I'm out.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he's such a bad example. Like,
Yeah.
you can't use you.
So my point is, so just because I don't tick your boxes, therefore I can't call myself English, but then saying I'm British offends you. So
No, I'm not saying it offends me. You
Okay.
can call yourself British. That's fine. You can call yourself British. If you want to be called British, you've got a British accent.
but Britain's not a country. You keep
But
saying.
Britain isn't
so
a country.
What am I?
So that's what I'm saying. You're a nomad. That's what you
It
are.
lives in Dubai.
All right, so question for both of you then. Someone is born in on a plane. All right? Where do they have
That's
their
a very good
where do
question.
they have their citizenship?
They're born on a plane. They actually have their citizenship. I know the answer to this.
Go on then.
There's
They're
no-
born in the country that they come from.
Most cases will have a citizenship based on their parents.
Obviously,
citizenship.
because if
But
you have a
not
child
some-
here, if you have a child here in Dubai, you don't get local citizenship. You get what your parents get. What your parents are.
some countries, including the USA, will give you citizenship depending on what airspace you're in. So if you were to give birth on a plane over the US airspace,
Yeah.
or even I think it's
Yeah, that's what I thought
5
it was.
miles out to sea, you would be given a US citizenship.
Wherever you've left from.
With that, no, you could be going into the US, you could be leaving.
Oh,
But if you're
okay.
in the US airspace, you've given birth, your parents are from Germany, for example, you then claim US citizenship. You
And then you can be
then
paying
play.
taxes for the rest of your life.
You can play in the US Olympic team. You can you can go in the US Army because of that citizenship. Then
And pay all their taxes.
Yeah, but is that person an American?
Are they? I don't know. I'm
Well,
asking
That's
you.
what I'm asking you. You can't turn my
I
question
think
against
they are
me.
American. If they've got citizenship of the country, then...
No, because Americans are the native Indians, otherwise known as
Oh my God.
Native Americans, also known as American Indians,
Bill Gates-
First Americans.
is Bill
and
Gates American?
Indigenous
Is
Americans.
Bill Gates American?
He's part of the Columbus invasion of that territory,
So
unless he has Viking.
You are such an anti-colonialist.
So I think
has,
Ali-
unless he has Viking heritage in him, because they were peaceful settlers.
What have you got against colonialism?
It
Colonialism.
is what it is.
It's not what it
Cindy.
is.
I just think, Ali, specifically, you're stuck in the past.
Very
You're
stuck in
Your
the
head's stuck about heritage.
Yeah.
But with this topic specifically, I understand that it does make a big point as to what you call yourself.
I'll tell you why I bring this up and why you say I'm stuck in the past. No, I'm stuck in my past because
Which
growing up,
is years ago.
growing up,
Some
it was
demons
hard.
coming out the
No,
cupboard.
it was hard to define myself because I was neither accepted as an English person and I was neither accepted as an Indian person.
Okay. Why is that?
So when I went to India or Africa, they'd call me a coconut,
Yeah.
right? Because I spoke it with an English accent. And then when I was in England, I faced racism. If I was truly English, I would feel like, yeah, cool, okay. But they were like, you're not English. You're a
Yeah, but
the
just
P
because
word, which I don't even find offensive.
just
by the
because
way.
a few bad apples happen to call you the P word doesn't mean you're not like you can't associate with them.
Yeah, but I'm not English though because I was born in Kenya.
All right, fine. You're not English, but I am.
But you're not.
Of course I am. What makes me not English? Because I've got brown skin.
No, because of your heritage.
I
Where-
think that's
where
such
was
a
you
bad
born?
argument. Why because of my heritage doesn't make me English? I like fish and chips. I like going down.
I like fish and chips.
I like going down the boozer.
I like going to the pub to have a roast.
I like watching EastEnders. I like watching
Oh,
all
not
trash.
really.
I like watching all trash TV.
No, I like watching the English Premier League.
Yeah,
I don't watch trash TV.
I like watching. I like getting excited for the summer holidays.
I like getting excited for the summer holidays.
I like complaining about the weather.
I like complaining about the weather.
Right. So what are you talking about? You're English.
I'm not English. I'm not English.
Yeah, but is
Because-
being English something that you can claim yourself?
Hold on. Am I English?
That's a good point. Tim.
No, hold on. Am I English? Because I wasn't born there. So I like all the same things you do. I wasn't born there. So am I English?
Okay, but being English,
It's a yes or
being
no question.
English just means you're from England. That's it.
No, because when I
Yes.
asked you before, you said you have to be born there.
Yeah, I
you
gave
have
you a
to have
criteria.
friends who are English.
I gave you a
You have to
criteria.
go to school in England.
I've given you a criteria to like, but if you go down to the root of it,
But I wasn't born there.
Okay, but you're from England, aren't you? Where's your
I'm
home?
from England,
Where's
but
your
I'm
home?
not English. I'm from England. Just because
Can
I'm
you hear
from
what you're
somewhere.
saying?
Yeah,
You're
because
from
I'm from
England, but
yeah,
you're not English.
yeah, because my properties are in England, my bank accounts are in England, and I'm grateful that England gave me a home.
Where do you vote?
Where do I don't.
You don't vote.
I don't.
Do you pay taxes?
Yeah, well, I live here, so no, I don't.
When you, let's just say, when you kick the bucket, where are you going to be buried?
Here. I want to be buried here.
She's not going to let that happen.
She doesn't want me to be buried here.
That's his missus, by the way.
Yeah. But she's well against it.
Yeah, exactly. She's going to take
But
you home to
here's
England.
here's
She's
my
going to
point.
take you where?
No,
She's
in
gonna-
England.
Home to
I'll
England.
tell you why
She's
I
gonna
want to
take
be
you-
buried here.
She's going to take you where?
Why do you want to be
To
buried
England.
here?
Home to England.
No, England. She's going to take me to England.
Okay, why is she taking you there?
Because, I'll tell you why. She's like, it'll be easier for everyone to visit my grave when I'm there.
Because they're all home.
Because she thinks everyone's going to be there. But I'm hoping my kid and their kids, they're going to be here or maybe elsewhere. But this is such a nice place to come and visit.
Yeah, it's a very
So
nice
you can
place
make a
to visit.
holiday out of it and come and visit me.
It's a very nice place to visit. It's a great holiday place.
Yeah.
But it's
Rather
not,
than going to England where it'll probably be raining.
but it's home at the end of the day.
Who's home?
Our home. My home.
What was your point, Cindy?
I don't know. I forgot it, mate.
Also, then hold on a minute. Like, if you're just saying that doesn't make you English, what about all these like players who are playing for England and their heritage is, you know,
Because they have the citizenship.
According to your argument,
Because they
is
have
not,
citizenship.
Is not, so are they claiming to be English?
They are. They shouldn't be, though.
But they are. You
So
know,
why is it okay for them to say African American, but we can't
they
say
don't say African American.
They do.
They just say I'm American.
No, they don't.
Of course they do.
No, they don't.
Man, listen,
Ben, come to the mic. I can see Ben nodding his head.
Ben, listen. If
Ben,
I go to wait, hold on. Let me clarify. Ben, if I go to a black person in America and go, what country are you from? Are they going to say I'm African American?
No, they're going to say that they're African American.
Yeah, so they would.
They're so proud of it. I mean, for everything they've been through,
Yeah.
they're going to say they're African American.
Exactly.
We
listen.
know that they're American, which is where they were born, and they haven't experienced slavery. They've experienced different difficulties, but
Yeah.
because
they-
of how proud they are at the moment, they're going to say African American.
And rightfully so.
I still don't think they would do that.
Do you
would.
think a black British person should call himself African English
British, African English.
or African British?
Have you even heard that phrase before?
If he wants to, I don't see the problem. Why
There's
not?
no problem with that.
but have
right?
you heard that phrase before?
I haven't.
Exactly.
No, I mean, but are we talking about making a new category of how we categorize people now? Because your case is not a bad example; it's just a different example.
It's just, I think it's a different example. I don't even think black French people call themselves African French.
They do.
I've never heard African French before.
They usually say they're Algerian French,
Oh, okay, fair enough. Yeah, but they still call themselves French.
but they always say Algerian French or French Lebanese. It doesn't matter where you put France or French. There's always a double barrel with it.
But they're calling their names according to the country, and you are not. That's the point. You keep saying Britain instead of
because
English.
England Indian doesn't sound right.
Why not?
Oh, you want me to say I'm English Indian?
Well, you are English.
It just doesn't sound right. It doesn't flow the same as
Doesn't-
British Asian or
Yeah,
British Indian.
But you can say English Asian.
If they're in Scotland,
If they're in Scotland, they call themselves Scottish Asians.
they call themselves.
I told you about
British
my
Asian.
cousin.
Yeah.
He calls himself, he's full on Scottish, and he's very proud to be
Yeah,
Scottish.
but he's your cousin. That explains everything.
What's that mean? I know a lot of Asian people who are actually proud of them calling themselves Scottish.
Scottish Asian.
Well, Scottish. I would say
Or,
Scottish.
or they'll say Scottish Pakistani or Scottish Indian.
Okay, fine, but they'd still call themselves
They're not-
Scottish.
yeah,
why?
but
Why won't people
Scottish-
in England? Why
yeah.
won't the Asians in England call themselves English?
I don't know. It sounds weird. English Indian. Okay, I will
Concede.
concede to you to
Thank you.
say, wait for it.
Go
I
ahead.
haven't fully conceded.
but I'm
I
glad
could
you are.
concede to say you could call yourself English Asian or English Pakistani or English Indian,
Yeah.
but you can't just say you're English.
Okay, fair enough. I'll concede that point as well. But you should be proud of the country that you come from.
I am proud of it.
Yeah.
Apart from when they're competing in the Euros and the World Cup.
So why can't he call himself
Yeah.
English? Just English.
Because he's English with something else.
Yeah,
Okay,
heritage.
but you're saying before that the Vikings, the Anglo-Saxons came and settled.
Yeah.
Well, he's just come and settled. He's just done the modern day version of it, hasn't he?
Yeah, but he's not gone far back enough, in my opinion.
Okay, so if we go, let's just say, if we go forward a couple of generations,
Yeah.
we go forward a couple of generations of here, let's say 5-10 generations from here.
Yeah.
What are my kids going to be called?
Yeah. English.
The same.
English.
No,
Of
English
course it will.
Asian.
Yeah, but
Okay, so how many generations
How
are we
many
looking for?
how many generations would they have to have adapted into the culture of the country?
100
I think it's a
centuries.
bit too late now. I think there's establishments in place now, and I think it is what it is.
This is what's causing a lot of problems because borders and stuff like this is what divides people more. Whereas,
But we are a divided people. We are a divided race.
No, we're divided because of what's in place.
Yeah.
Well, like you were saying before.
Yeah.
You like fish and chips. You like tea.
Yeah.
You like complaining about the weather.
Yeah.
So does he. Doesn't matter where
Exactly.
you're from.
Yeah.
And that just shows that we're more of the same, more of what we're not.
You see, that's such a nice way of explaining it.
Okay, yeah, I get his point.
Yeah. Okay. I'm still not English though.
Don't have to be.
Oh, so then
Yeah,
I
but-
don't have to be.
You were born in Africa,
Yeah.
so you're African.
No.
African by birth.
See what I mean?
Okay, I agree with English Indian or English
Yeah.
Pakistani
Yeah.
or English Asian.
Yeah. So that's the
But I
country.
don't
that's the
think-
country you have an affinity to.
Fine, which is a fair point.
Yeah.
And I think Ben made a very fair point to say that's because of the establishment, that's what divides us because that's the way we are taught to think. Whereas if we break down those barriers, things could change. I see that point. I don't like that point because it kind of leaves me with no comeback.
But well,
But I just think,
look at me. I'm a white guy, right?
yeah,
Born in Malta.
Yeah.
Do I sound Maltese?
no.
No, I sound British.
Yep.
British mum, Maltese dad.
Yep.
I go to Malta.
Yeah.
Oh, you're from the UK? No, I'm born and bred in Malta.
Yeah.
Now I've been here 13 years, but before I spent a solid 20 years in Malta. Born, school, friends.
Yeah.
But I go there, they're like, you're English.
So you classify yourself as Maltese.
Half and half. Half mum, half dad.
So if I said, what are you, Ben? Where, like,
I'd
how
probably-
would you classify yourself?
I'd be confused in my head. I'd say, okay, officially Maltese, but in my head, I'm English Maltese. And I was born and bred in Malta. So
Yeah.
should it
See,
be Maltese English?
See, well, it doesn't matter in which order you put it, whether it's English Maltese or
Yeah.
Maltese English, but it's that double barreling, which I just think is not a bad thing in a way,
It's
because
not
when
bad.
I say I'm British Asian, I'm proud of that. I'm actually proud to
But
say
you keep saying British.
yeah,
And you should
okay,
say English.
okay.
You're
Tec-
English.
tec-
Asian.
If I was to say
Technicality.
English Asian, right?
Yeah.
That's a
Have you ever been to Scotland?
yeah,
Wales?
yeah.
Ireland?
No.
Okay.
So,
No, I'm just asking.
well, what's relevant?
But because you keep saying British.
Yeah.
Right. But
But I've been to Scotland and I've been to Wales.
Yeah, fine.
Is
I'm
that okay?
No, I was hoping that you hadn't. So I was trying to say.
Right? So I'm like you said, when we were talking about African Americans, they're proud of it, right? And I'm proud to say I'm English Asian, so to speak.
Okay. I still don't think a lot of like the majority of African Americans. There probably is a big amount, but I still think a lot of them will call themselves American. And I think maybe like in Ben's case, the world is getting smaller, so we're going to have a lot of these instances where people are born from different cultures in new countries as people migrate. So
I'll give you an example.
go on.
Right. This happens to us all the time, and don't say it doesn't.
Yeah.
When we get into a taxi here,
Yeah.
and we're driven, most of the taxi drivers here are from either India, Pakistan, or Bangladesh,
Bangladesh,
right? And they ask you, and they hear us talking, and what's the first thing they ask you?
Where are you from?
And what do you say?
England.
And then what did they say after that?
Where are you really from?
Because they can't comprehend it either.
No, then I just say England. And then they shut up.
And then they give up because they're like,
Then they give
"Oh,
up.
it's one
But
of
then
them."
if you say, no, I'm from, my parents are from India, you'll start getting into conversation with them.
Well, so usually I say, no, I'm from England.
Yeah.
I've come here from England. They're like, okay, where are your parents from?
Yeah.
I don't know. I shouldn't have done that in an accent. That's really bad.
Why did you do that?
Because that's how they talk to me, right? But then they're like, where are your parents from? And I'm like, Africa. And that completely throws them off. And they're like, one went further to say, okay, where are your grandparents from? And I said, India. And he goes, I knew it. And I was like, why?
Doesn't fit their social
Yeah.
construct.
Yeah,
It
their
doesn't.
construct.
It
Exactly.
doesn't.
It doesn't.
Like my
It doesn't.
wife is Asian. Born in Melbourne, born in Australia, lived like me in Malta, but in Australia. And everyone, where are you from? Australia. Born Australia, bred Australia, school Australia, friends Australian.
Yeah.
Where are you really from?
But where are you really from?
Yeah.
Everyone.
Yeah.
But
Must
we really
wind her up, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pisses her off.
like I said, I think that's going to change in a few generations from now. It's going to change. As people migrate to different places, people are going to start accepting the fact that when the
Oh,
first
yeah.
answer,
With woke culture
the
and
first
cancel
answer that
culture.
comes out is going to be the first answer. and then you can maybe say, "Oh, where's your heritage from?" Yeah, fair enough. Fine.
And your other half, she just says she's Australian. Good for her.
And
There
it's
you go.
just, but like, because people dig,
Yeah,
because it doesn't make a difference really. Where you from? Who cares?
yeah,
Australia, but where are you really from?
yeah.
Who cares?
That was thought provoking. That was.
It was interesting.
It was.
It is interesting because it can. Like,
I don't think there's a right or wrong answer. Personally,
I don't think. I think it's how you
perceive it.
how an individual perceives themselves, because other people are always going to perceive you in a different way, right? They always are. But however you perceive yourself, and if you feel comfortable that way, then that's what people should accept.
What I've taken away from this discussion this evening
Yeah,
is from the person who spoke the least, Ben. It's
Yeah.
the social constructs that we need to
Society.
break down.
that society has given us.
Yeah.
But we will break down. Our future generations will break them down.
Maybe. But you still have not concluded about my daughter. Just because you said
Okay.
she's a complicated situation.
I know. I said she's a unique situation.
Yeah. But
So-
she has to classify herself as something, right?
So when she grows up and she can classify herself as something, if she classifies herself as English or
what do you currently classify her as?
a lovely girl,
You're an idiot.
I think you're probably English, right? Just because of where she was born.
Is that what you would go by? Is that the
Because
first?
I think I say that because we all know being born here doesn't give you anything.
Yeah.
So we go back to what we fall back to parents.
Yeah.
You guys were born. Well, you were born in Africa, but she was born in UK,
Yeah.
and that's her home.
That will be her. Yeah.
hold on a minute as well. Like when you say classify her, like you talking about her nationality.
No, like
What when you say so? What are you trying to
like,
say?
would
What
you
want-
classify her as English or English Middle Eastern or English Indian?
Well, she's obviously a very unique character that she's got.
Not
an
to
Indi-
mention that her mum's Pakistani.
She's got Indian influence in her. She's got African influence in her. She's got Middle Eastern influence in her. She's got British influence in her. English.
Pakistani influence.
So she's got like 5 cultures
Yeah.
of influence in her.
yeah.
So she's naturally going to gravitate towards one as she gets older. And that will probably define.
She might adopt a few equally.
She might do, but she will gravitate more towards one, and that will define her self. Her self-confirming whatever she wants to be. So self-confirmation of being Indian. She might even turn up to be African.
No, I very much doubt that.
But,
Although,
but her nationality is British.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
and,
British.
and it's only British,
Not
but-
English.
Well, it's
What does our passport say?
our passport says Britain because we're a union.
Oh. Why doesn't it say English?
Because we're a collection
But
of
if you
countries.
but if you go to France, your passport says
But France is
what
not
does it say?
French.
It doesn't say European,
Well, it does say European actually.
No,
it says
but part of the European Union.
says
but,
European Union. Yeah.
Yeah, but what else does it say on
It
it?
doesn't say French.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Of course, it does. Passport picture. I'm gonna check this up. Oh, he's checking it as well. There you go. Right, front cover.
And if we were to, it says European Union.
Nope.
It says French European Union.
You can pull it up on the screen.
Oh, French Republic.
Oh.
Republic of France.
Oh,
Okay, but
oh my
like-
goodness!
I know,
It
but-
doesn't say
but it-
Europe. It says
No, but it says it
France.
on the front.
so. Yeah, just to confirm, says Republic of France, right?
Yeah, correct.
All right, but your one doesn't. It doesn't say England, right?
No, it doesn't because England is a union of several other countries.
England isn't a union.
Well,
Great Britain
sorry,
and the United Kingdom
All
are.
right, stop trying to catch me out here. Great Britain is a union of several different countries,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So if that union didn't exist, right, you would have an English passport.
Okay, but if you gave your passport to someone,
Yeah.
would they know you're from England?
My passport, as it is now,
Yeah. If they just looked at the front, would they know you're from England specifically?
no, they think I'm from Great Britain.
Great Britain.
Well, yeah, but
So when I say British Asian,
Yeah.
because my passport says Great Britain, then it's a fair point.
yeah, it's a fair point. Now, listen, I'm not saying it's not a fair point, but you're not calling yourself English.
I'm not because I'm a classic. My passport, you said where's
but your
home?
passport
my
is-
passport, my
your
citizenship is Great Britain.
Yeah, because it's a union of countries. So
Yeah.
that's what I keep going back to. If it wasn't a union,
Yeah.
and you break it down
Yeah.
even further, like you wanted to break down the Anglo-Saxons.
All right. What
Right.
if in a year from now you decide to move to Scotland until you?
So I'd be an Englishman in Scotland.
So you wouldn't adopt.
I think if I had kids there, then maybe they would become Scottish.
I'm not talking about your kids. I'm talking about you specifically.
Well, technically, I am 40 years into my life. So
yeah, and then I said, let's make you go to 100 before you knock off. So the next 60 years,
but
you're in Scotland.
My culture is already ingrained into me up to this point.
And it will never change.
Well, it might change. I don't know. But like at this point in time, I don't think it will. And I was born in England still. So I'll still be an Englishman born in Scotland. Oh, well, living in Scotland.
Okay, so then I can't call myself English Indian.
You
because I
can't call
wasn't
yourself...
born in England.
Yeah. Okay. We'll concede that you're a very unique character. It's very difficult. This argument is very difficult because we keep confusing Britain and England, right? If there wasn't the union, I keep saying to you, like, we would just be calling ourselves English.
But there is Great Britain, and there is the United Kingdom, and there is England, and there is Scotland and Wales.
And the country that we are from, is England.
And the Irish.
England. And if you were to, let's just say...
So can I carry on calling myself a British Asian? Is that okay?
You can, because British is technically a nationality, so yes, you can.
It's a nationality?
Yeah, it is a nationality. Yeah.
But it's not a country?
It's not a country, no.
Okay. It's weird how something could not be a country but be a nationality.
It's a collective group of countries.
It's weird though how that is though, right?
Yeah, this is the only example I know of the world where that is the case. Can't think of anything else like where it is like that.
No, but then you've got South America.
Yeah, but South America's a
But
continent.
then you've got Mexico. What?
Continent.
No, South America is not a continent.
Oh my God. It is a continent. South America is a continent.
Want to bet?
Yeah. South America?
Someone's going to look really bad. It's either going to be me or you.
No, it's definitely not going to be me.
Is South America a continent? Yes. I look terrible.
Can't believe you're so adamant on that point as well. You actually had me like confused for a second. I was like, what are you talking about?
No,
what are you trying to talk about? South
Australia?
Australia?
Asia?
Yeah.
Europe?
Africa? Europe, South America, North America, and Antarctica. And I think
And Africa?
yeah, we said
Oh,
Africa.
did you say Africa?
I think they're trying to classify Arctic as a...
I thought America as a whole was a continent.
No, South and North. It's divided. I still don't understand what your point was.
No, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's
Anyway,
it's a nil point.
great conversation that. Thanks for coming on, Saj.
Yeah, I had a really good time.
I
I don't think we got anywhere. I think
we did.
we were trying to...
Just to throw a spanner in the works. If you're Asian and born in Scotland, are you
Asian.
Scottish or are you British
Scottish.
or English?
Well, some people say British, some people say British Asian, and some people say Scottish Asian.
What about English?
You're not English.
You're not English though.
Why not?
Because you're from Scotland.
England's part of Scotland.
No, it's not.
It's only one that doesn't include Ireland, right?
Here we go. Go on. What? England is part of Scotland.
What did you say they said?
Go on. Oh, no. I've turned my chair for this.
Let me get my fact
England
checker
is
up
part
on
of
this.
Scotland.
I thought England was. Oh no! I got it now. Yeah.
Thanks for coming on the mic,
Thanks,
Sid.
guys. Make sure you hit the like button, the subscribe button. Thanks everybody for coming.
Love that.
Right.
Love that. Thanks for input.
Thanks, Sid.
Excellent.
Edit- Save me there, mate.
That is a
right?
great way to end the show, I think.
Tweet us Instagram at Ali Mac and Co. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. And if you're on iTunes or any of the others, leave us a 5-star rating and a review if you like. Thanks for tuning in.
See you later, everyone.
Thanks for tuning in to the Ali Mac and Co podcast. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and switch on notifications.